Sometimes, miracles come in the most unexpected ways, like the cry of a baby in the middle of a cornfield. What started as an ordinary morning for a lonely old farmer turned into a life-changing journey full of love, mystery, and the kind of magic that no one could ever explain. This is the true story of a farmer, a baby, and a miracle that touched the world. In the small town of Willow Creek, lived an elderly farmer named Thomas Granger. Widowed, childless, and alone, his days were quiet, filled with routines and the sound of wind brushing over his crops. One foggy morning, Thomas went out to check on his cornfield, and then he heard it. Faint but unmistakable. A baby's cry. Hidden between the rows, wrapped in an old woolen blanket, was a baby, barely a few months old. No note. No signs of anyone. Just the crying child and a stuffed toy with a stitched name, Hope. Thomas stood frozen. He hadn't held a baby in decades. His heart beat with confusion, and something else he hadn't felt in years, purpose. Thomas rushed the baby to the town's small clinic. Authorities were called, but no one came forward. The baby was healthy but malnourished. Police launched an investigation, but no parents were found. Over the next few days, Thomas kept visiting her. He brought formula, blankets, even sang old lullabies. Everyone noticed the change in him. He walked straighter, smiled more. Then came a surprising twist. Thomas filed for temporary custody. The town was shocked. An old man adopting a baby? But Thomas stood firm. I may not have much, but I have love, time, and a quiet home. She saved me as much as I want to save her. Strange things began happening. The land, once dry and stubborn, flourished. Crops grew faster. Flowers bloomed in patterns resembling hearts and stars. Even Thomas's arthritis eased. Locals began whispering about Hope's magic. Thomas didn't believe in fairy tales. But he couldn't deny that since Hope arrived, everything changed. One night, during a thunderstorm, the lights went out. Thomas rushed to Hope's crib, but she was calm, glowing faintly. When he picked her up, the entire house lit up again. He wept. You're not just my miracle, are you? A young reporter named Eliza from the nearby city caught wind of the story. Intrigued, she visited the farm, planning a short piece, but stayed for weeks. She investigated Hope's origins. DNA test. Hospital records. Nothing. One clue stood out, the stuffed toy. Eliza traced it back to a local craft shop. A woman named Miriam had made it, but she died the same week Hope was found. Strangely, Miriam had once lost a baby herself. She'd named her Hope. Could this baby have been sent back somehow? Locals called it a miracle. The press dubbed her the Angel of Willow Creek. Thomas legally adopted Hope. She grew fast. Spoke early. Read by age 3. Animals followed her. Sick people felt better when she visited. The town came alive. Thomas wrote journals of every moment. She laughs like her voice heals the world, he once said. By age 7, Hope began asking questions. Why did my real parents leave me? Thomas told her, they didn't leave you. They gave you a second chance so you could shine brighter than ever. Hope never stopped believing she was meant for something big. One spring, Thomas fell ill. Hope stayed by his side every night. He held her tiny hand and said, I didn't save you, Hope. You saved me. On his last day, the fields glowed golden. As Thomas breathed his final breath, a soft wind swirled around the house. Hope kissed his forehead and whispered, Thank you for choosing me. After the funeral, a single sunflower grew beside his grave overnight, despite the season. No one planted it. Hope continued living on the farm, cared for by Eliza, now her guardian. And the magic? Never stopped.